Damn. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. And what did I say to you? I'd be back again, bringing you any of the updates in relation to West Ham's transfer deadline day, and it's non-stop. It is non-stop, and we are just not going to beat about the bush. We're going to get cracking on the first story. Now, earlier on, we were talking a lot about West Ham being linked to bringing in Carney Chukwuemeka from Chelsea. Everyone quite surprised, a name that we hadn't heard a lot about at all, being linked to us, but West Ham were looking to explore a deal to bring him in from Chelsea, the 20-year-old Austrian-born English midfielder, clever on the ball, quite dynamic in his style of play, definitely one possibly for the future, but could maybe be intriguing with regards to squad depth. So an option that definitely would have been very, very interesting. I think this all would depend on whether or not Jadon Sancho heads to Manchester United, from Manchester United to Chelsea, which would then free up the opportunity for him, another player, to leave Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea have a massive squad, a ridiculous squad, if we're being honest. But we're now hearing that Manchester United are now looking at exploring a deal for Chukwuemeka. So this is interesting because apparently Lopetegui does like him. Tim Steiden's a fan of him, and West Ham would potentially like to try and see if they could strike a deal. And I think they're very, very keen and think that he would suit the West Ham model as such. But as it stands, I think everything is riding on the Jadon Sancho heading to Chelsea, which would then free up the other option. I think Chelsea are obviously looking at what's going to happen with the Victor Osimhen deal. Now that we know that the deal for Ivan Toney going to Saudi Arabia looks very, very strong. But I think this one is interesting, and it could go to the wire. It could go to the wire. So keep your eyes clearly peeled. I'm scared to take my eyes off the telly and off the screen because I just feel like there's going to be updates that I'm going to miss out on, and I want to bring them to you as soon as they do come out. So just bear with me again as we do some final checks. Now, West Ham are obviously in some form of correspondence with Chelsea with regards to some players, and Chalobah is still up for grabs. Other clubs are starting to sniff around them. And it looks like West Ham could try and maybe do another last-minute deal to try and bring Chalobah in, depending or not if we shift another defender out. So keep your eye on Chalobah, but we're hearing new opportunities which are coming their way and presenting themselves for Aguerd, who seems to be quite sought after. And what we're starting to try and build up is maybe a bit of a story about whether or not and where he believes he belongs as such, because lots of clubs have been after him, but I don't think he wants to go to them. Now, the latest one to come after him is Fiorentina with a loan deal. We're hearing that Fiorentina are keen on taking Aguerd to Italy. I do think something could happen with regards to Aguerd leaving the club before the deadline day. We are sitting here with approximately 8 hours to go till the deadline happens. So if he needs to get somewhere, he can. But some of these places do take medicals do take place based upon the medical team, who have people everywhere all over the world based in these countries. So this is an interesting one. This is one to keep an eye on. Again, if he does head out the door, that frees up quite a lot of finances per week. I don't think he would go on a permanent move. It could be a loan, maybe with an option. But I think if he's going to go abroad, unless it's a specific team that's going to come in for him, we could end up staying and having Aguerd in our team. Now, I don't know if he can fight his way back into the first team setup, especially with the news that Zuma's going to be going as well. It's just one to watch, but Fiorentina keen on bringing Aguerd in. Manchester United keen on speaking and exploring a deal for Chukwuemeka from Chelsea, West Ham, and plenty of other teams now trying to enter negotiations with Chalobah. Again, that would depend on if or not Aguerd would head out of the club. There's a short, sharp, straight to the point transfer update. I'm pretty adamant I'll be bringing you more news as the evening and the day goes on. Take it easy and come on, you irons.